Hello, people. Your favorite Stone back with another episode in the Analyzing Defeat series, featuring another game of myself. This time I'm going to leave the answer ambiguous as to the winner and the loser of this match. You read the title right. I did indeed waste 5 hours of my life. What did I waste those 5 hours on, you might wonder? We'll get to that. First, a brief overview of today's map, Greener Greens. This map's been in the fall rotation since the last one as well, so I've played quite a few games on it here. Where's the contested properties? Straight line. One of those, ching, cut that thing in half. Really easy to understand map. Got a pretty safe HQ here. It's a nice full health cruiser on it. Not a lot to think about. This base here has a pipe seam that prevents vehicles from flooding out for it. If you break the pipe seam, actually is a pretty good base. Otherwise, this is your primary vehicle base most of the time. It's able to send vehicles most of the way. It can also send infantry across the water this way, meaning it kind of has a dual purpose of being a infantry base to go here, to go towards the middle, to go here, and putting your main vehicle base. This base in the back is kind of your worst one. It's slow to do everything anywhere. But because you need infantry to the front lines faster, I find a lot of times people end up building a lot of infantry from this base and vehicles from here, and then just building infantry here until they have the time to break down the pipe seam with an arty. Since this map, if you build an arty too soon, you can really throw off a lot of your time. But that's all I really have to say about the map. The map has been around for a while. It's an old map. I don't really have to go over it. This here is a Jess Mirror in Tier 4 Fog in the Global League. Yes, Global League match. Real ELO on the line. And we're going to view just my vision for a minute. That's right. Just my vision. I purposely hid whose vision we're going to be looking at. Now, the reason why is because I have to explain myself. So I am going to show you the first few turns with purely my vision. And then I'm going to explain what you're about to witness is nothing short of the stupidest opener you'll ever see in a game of Advance Wars. So let's get into it. First Infantry. Nor's base. Goes here. Turn 2. Capture that. Nothing too unusual. Capture the port. Base skipping again. 2 infantry. Now we finally go for the base. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a double base delay opener. What am I doing? We're going for the comm tower. Why are we going for the comm tower? Day 4 tank. Perfect income curve for it. Capture my comm tower. See nothing. Capture my comm tower. Tank in range of the comm tower. Day 6. You did it right. My plan was to capture this comm tower and put a tank behind it. Why? Because I didn't talk about my opponent, did I? My opponent is Lightning Strike. I know he's Lightning Strike because his YouTube channel is linked on his profile. It's a Lightning Strike alt. And I did my research, ladies and gentlemen. I did my research. Lightning Strike does the same goddamn opener on this map as player one every time, with one one deviation. One small deviation that he did here. So before we go forward, we have to rewind. We have to rewind here. We have all sorts of games here, don't we? Some of these are going to be future videos, by the way. But we're not looking at any of these games. Let's watch this game here. We don't have to watch the whole thing. Let's just watch the first few turns here, shall we? We don't have to worry about the opponent here. Forward move here. Infantry capture. Day 4 recon. Day 4 recon moves here. Day 5. Recon gets in range of the Tom Tower. Day 6. In every single replay, sans one, this was his opener. Every time. Every time. I'm the Mr. Incredibles meme. Every time he did the same move. And so I spent 5 hours plotting different moves. I tried ABC openers, recon openers, tank openers, T-copter, airport first, artillery openers. I tried every goddamn opener in the fucking book to stop this opener, to prevent a Tom Tower denial from this Day 6 recon. No, Sheikah, why didn't you just go for this one? Surely that's a better plan, right? Wrong, because in the one game where he deviated, the recon goes north. So I had to gamble that he would do this and not send the recon north. And you know what happened? You know what happened for all my hubris? He sends the recon north. I spent 5 hours prepping for a recon that would never come. I spent so long losing my goddamn mind talking to Istrist in my DMs and talking to Floppa and trying to asking people for advice. I'm like, I know what he's gonna do. I just gotta be some opener. I was trying to think something. I'm thinking like, what do I do? What do I do? How do I counter this theoretical Day 4 recon? And then this guy sends it north as if some divine act to spite me. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. It's not normal to spend 5 hours planning an opener? You're the crazy one, not me. I am perfectly rational and make sane decisions. You are the silly one. Don't give me that look. I see you there, Jonathan. I see you judging me from your computer, having me on a second monitor while you're playing some game. I am sane. Perfectly clearly, can't you tell? So my whole opener theory, the double base delay, the Day 4 tank to be in range of the Tom Tower by Day 6 to interrupt to smack the recon who would shoot me Day 7, because if he knows the income curve, he would shoot me because there's no way I could have a tank there otherwise, and then kill the tank and steamroll a victory was over before it started. We cooked so hard, then delivered the meal to the wrong table. So you must be thinking, Sheikah, you must have lost, right? You must have lost because you did this stupid double base delay opener? You idiot! How dumb are you? Do not get ahead of the script, young one. You do not understand. No, we did not lose because of the opener, believe it or not. Let's go back to just my vision, shall we? Let's watch the rest of the game from this point forward. Because I did not lose because of my bad opener. I am going to take full responsibility for why I lost. Because I lost because of something even dumber. So, the reason I made the recons is because I wanted to try to do the same thing here. Because in most of his replays, he builds a tank from this again, I'm still under the assumption that a recon was going to come hit me, and no recon showed up. Which either tells me the recon's not there, or it's not attacking the infantry. And I'm like, well, he would attack it, because he's played the map enough on both of his accounts that there's no shot that Lightning Strike would not attack this infantry, because it's a free dude. There is no income curve in the world that just without a double base delay hits a tank in range in time. And Lightning Strike is no stupid player. They're very good at this game, and as a result, I had to respect them. I had to respect them. Keep that in mind. So I actually grabbed my second comm tower in case I really need to fight. And now I'm kind of like, I don't really know what to do. I retreat my tank. This is a ballsy move. I honestly could have been more aggressive with it, but I also wanted to cover this infantry in case maybe the recon went mid. But we see nothing. A whole day 8, and we don't see a scrap. Not a unit, no recons in sight, no tanks, nothing, nothing at all. You can see how I was beginning to lose my sanity during this game. I was already upset because my opener that I meticulously planned didn't yield the reward. The carrot on the stick that I was trying to get, yeah, I didn't get the carrot, and now I'm like, now I'm playing in unknown territory against a really strong opponent. We have to double down on fundamentals. So we go over here with our recon, we see a couple infantry, and some infantry here to engage. Now, fortunately, Jess is really pee-poo bad at infantry battles, like the worst. We see a couple infantry here. I'm like, okay, we have multiple things in range of this tower. We even have a tank covering the recon. Like, we're good. Like, we are so good. I can't explain how good we are. We see a tank go in. Infantry. Now, what did this first strike, man? Just things. They get 2 out of the 3 rolls. That's all we see. Interesting. He didn't move this infantry, which is really interesting that we didn't move that. Recon goes in, we see his tank here. So this tells me that their vehicles, they have 2 tanks on the board and they're separated. So that's an interesting thing to see. I take a shot back, because why not? And I finish off this infantry as well. Go on my comm tower, defend it, and use my tank to clean this. So now I'm thinking, okay, he probably has tank opener, which unusual. But it means that I'm probably safe to take this hit. We also send this tank down here. It doesn't cover the tank, but it does cover the recon. And I just retreat my recon to this city here, because the tank, I believe, is right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't shoot me. Perfectly safe spot to be. And now we're going to play for this middle bit right here. We see a recon come in. Okay, recon. I didn't know if this was like an early build recon. I figured this was probably built later. So I'm assuming his opener at this point was tank, recon. Obviously, I'm wrong. We know from looking at his vision that he had a recon. He just sent it the other way. But you have to understand, from my point of view, I was so lost. Because this did not match any of the research I did. So I was effectively flying blind and kind of panicking a little bit. Because again, my whole opener theory was on getting an early lead with this comm tower secure and killing his recon. See our tank there. This tank does reach me, so alright. Recon's feeling a little threatened. I get this property, which I'm very happy about. I put my submarine, and we retreat. We're playing very safe. We see a nice wall of infantry coming. That's very scary. So far, I'm actually playing pretty good, all things considered. I think I'm playing this match fairly well in the grand scheme of things. There's no pipe seam damage yet, so I don't think there's an artillery yet. But I decided to build an artillery myself because I figure it's around this point that breaking the pipe seam is pretty good. Also, side note, The Shikabane curse of never building anti-air continues, ladies and gentlemen. There is not a single anti-air on this map. The best we have is the cruiser on the HQ. If there's a copter, we're just screwed. What was that? What was that just moved there? I think that was a recon? It was the recon, okay. So, I'm obviously not very interested in letting them have that. They don't interrupt me again. I'm okay with just continuing the infantry fight over here and not committing vehicles. And I secure this little contested property, which I am very happy about. We use the recon and infantry to clear. Unfortunately, we aren't able to take over the city ourselves. That would be ideal. We also don't get this kill. I don't think that's possible. I think it was the other role would be doable. But we get to clear off. We get another strike on another infantry. And again, we're just continuing our infantry brawl here, while our swarm of infantry moves towards this corner. Meanwhile, all of our vehicles are down here. They are ready to strike. At this point, I'm feeling really good. I'm winning the infantry brawl. All my tanks are there. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. So I'm feeling great. So my mindset at this point is I'm cocky. I'm cocky because I'm winning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm so much stronger than you. I force you to play weird. I've read your book before the match. Pipe seemed great, so I was directed in artillery when I did. We did finally get a battle copter, which is better than nothing. But I'm like, alright, time to eat this tank. This does not cover his tank. It covers this tile, but not these two. So we're going to continue our infantry brawl. We go here, smack that, kill this. Retreat. Kill this guy off. So I've smacked his recon, smacked his tank. We see another recon over here. And I'm feeling pretty good. We actually push here without any tank support. I think this is a bit of a mistake. I think we should have had at least one tank over here, but it didn't happen. We built a tank from this base because we're going to break this pipe seam next turn, which is fantastic. I actually don't move this infantry. I think this is a mistake as well. Yeah, tank comes in. They finally clear my recon. But I'm thinking this is good too, because this is a tank that's not over here. I'm thinking, what a fool. I have all my tanks on one side. I'm going to win. I'm winning. I'm going to crush him. Again, I'm cocky. Remember what I said earlier about needing to respect my opponent? At this point, I wasn't. I was not respecting them. I was like, I'm winning so hard. I think at this point, I checked the stats, and I was up like 10 infantry or something. And I'm like, we're so in it. We're crushing this. We're going to beat this 1200 elo player. We're going to put him in the dirt. So that was where my mindset was. Arrogant, cocky. Takes out my middle tank and shifts his focus to the middle away from this. So, yeah, all my tanks down this corner, I have only one that can engage. But I even see this tank go over here. This is not good. I do get this property, though, which is pretty nice. We even chipped this infantry down. I'm not really sure why. We're just sending those infantry to the gods. And we're fighting into this where we have 4 tanks. And despite that, we're just killing infantry and overextending. This is painful to watch. Tank comes in, boomba, boom, lost in their tank. And now we're out-tanked. So we know they have more stuff. And we're fighting within the 2-turn vehicle reinforce. We're heavily overextended. Our only hope for victory is to full retreat. And we turbocharge. Three tanks. We don't even send this one to Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. My loss had nothing to do with the opener. My loss had nothing to do with anything of that. Ladies and gentlemen, what lost me this game was arrogance. I got cocky. I'm like, I'm going to win. I was so sure of myself. I was so sure that I've got the perfect game plan. Game plan never happened. I'm going to speed through this last turn. This is painful to watch. Yeah. I mean, yeah. yeah. Understandable resign here, I believe. A tough one for me. So the thing with this game, and the reason I wanted to make a video on it is it's funny as hell. This was a funny one, crazy opener, but I think this is a good lesson as well, about respecting your opponent. I did not give my opponent the proper respect they deserved here. I was so confident after my early game success that I stopped giving them the respect that they needed. And I'm just stupid mistakes. Like, what am I doing here? Why are we running in with vehicles to pick off random infantry, lose the vehicles, and triple down? I'm better than that. And then it all fell apart. I stopped respecting my opponent. I stopped treating them. I was treating them like some low elo swap because I was so confident in my own abilities that I stopped considering the fundamentals. And that's something you have to always keep in mind: is that no matter how good you are at this game or any game, honestly, there's certain fundamentals. What are some fundamentals? Maybe don't attack into base 2-turn base range. Maybe don't sack vehicles to kill random infantry in the middle of nowhere that aren't threatening anything. Weakened infantry too. So this is a important video for a lot of people. I think people who are maybe at that mid-level, like myself, who you're not the bottom of the barrel anymore. But you've gotten some wins, and you're starting to feel like you're doing good. Like a lot of players, especially like right now, if you're at like that 1200 elo line, I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of 1200 elo players kind of plateau around there. It's really dangerous to get good and then get overconfident in ways. And this is a clear case of I just got overconfident. I was thinking I was more ahead than I actually was, and got heavily punished. LS, they played a very good game. Whatever your opinions on the person, it doesn't matter. They played a very good game. And they properly destroyed me, utterly. And deservedly so. But that's okay. Losses happen. I think a lot of people get really caught up on this ELO thing. And I see it a lot as well in the chats. People really obsessing over ELO. And I used to be the exact same way. This game knocked me below the 1000 ELO range. I don't play a lot of Golden League anyway. And it got me thinking, I'm like, man, that really sucks. I should queue some more games. And I'm like, what do I care? I don't need a number on my name to like play this game. I don't care. I don't play enough Global League to really climb the ELO like I could to match what my actual skill level is. And even with that, I think this is just a good lesson overall to all of you out there to not get so caught up in the little things. and to respect your opponent. Don't get caught up in the little things, and don't get too upset over a loss, no matter what your elo is. And inversely, if you're a high elo, don't underestimate your opponents a lot of the time. Obviously, if you're like the top dog, but if you're a rip, obviously you're on a different level. I'm talking like, if you're especially if you're at the mid-elo range like myself, that sort of mid-player skill level where you're not one of the top brass, but you're someone who's definitely taken seriously. This is something to keep in mind as well. So, thank you for watching this really funny, stupid, odd game where I wasted 5 hours of my life. Best of all, up to you in the Global League. I plan to have probably another Jake episode coming out this weekend. I think this will be my normal weekend upload from now on. So until then, I'll see you all next time. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.